.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, and family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetable, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
When the clock strikes zero after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance.
The savings continue all November long at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. They're extending their red tag sale with machines priced at invoice plus $300. That's it. No freight, no setup, no extra fees. Plus 10% off snowplow kits, 10% off fly motocross gear, and 50% off all in-stock road tires. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered all under one roof with a large selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, motorcycles, and personal watercraft at their 27th and I-80 location. They can't wait to get you set up for the holiday season.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Ready, set, Ford just announced 0% for 66 months with approved credit on all 2025 Ford F-150s at Zollner, Fort Beatrice. Save thousands in finance charges. If your current pickup loan's 4, 5, 6% or more, trade in today and receive 0% for up to 66 months on a brand new 2025 Ford F-150 of your choice at Zollner, Fort Beatrice, Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You've got used to one segment of good takes in the morning, but now there's a full show of good takes at night. Welcome into Raf's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, welcome back in. Ticket weeknights, Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We got the morning Pierson-El streaming in off camera, now in the camera. You guys are welcome to join in. 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo, channel 961. Shout out to the morning Pierson-El for being mobile with the time slot here, as we had a few tweaks and changes to make. But nonetheless, we'll bring you in now. Good morning, Pierson-El. How's it going on Honestly, not bad. Not bad Wednesday, hump day. It's not freezing. It's not warm. Wednesday.
Not too bad at all.
Plenty of things to talk about. First one, Dayton Raiola decommits from Nebraska. That was the big one that I think got a lot of people maybe not thinking positively or negatively, but just thinking in understanding what may have led to that. Your thoughts on the decommitment from Dayton Raiola? Weeks before signing day as well, which is interesting.
I mean, his brother did the same thing. His brother decommitted from 2 other universities before he committed, so that's one. 2, I mean, he's been thinking about this for a minute. This doesn't just happen. Or you could kind of see what's ahead of you, and okay, it might not be the best situation for you. So I mean, he's doing what's best for him. Wish nothing but the best of luck. I don't know what for exact reason causes or wonder why people go from different things unless the situation has changed, and it has. The backup quarterback can actually play. And so I mean I know he's a little ways away, but it's he sees something different, or he's moving a different way, and he wants to pursue something else. It is just what it is.
Yeah, I mean, good luck. I got obviously don't be the fan that's like upset. That's such I haven't seen really any Husker fans acting like a fool, so I'm not calling anybody out. But yeah, best of luck. I don't know if he was thinking about it for a while or some things just like came out of it. The only reason I say that is I think it's a couple weeks away from signing day. 3-star. I don't know what other schools offers he has that he can quick turn over, and they will, like with Dylan Raiola, a school was going to take him the day before.
Anywhere, yeah.
With him, not to say he made the wrong move. I don't know what he's planning, but I imagine it's a little bit to do with TJ Lateef and kind of seeing how well he's been doing. And
probably, yeah.
Even though it's one game, you're sitting there like, all right, we'll kind of weigh my odds here. So not sure. Well, best of luck to him. We'll see where he ends up there. But that was kind of the breaking one. And I know there's speculation on it. I don't want to speculate too much because it'd just be me conspirizing at that point. I don't really have any insider knowledge. You can listen to early break. I know Steve Sipple broke it down, and Sean Callahan as well. And those guys got some actual sources where, they're talking to Dominic like stuff. So if you want that early break, they talked it through as well. But that being said, though, Husker football is a 9.5-point underdog on the road this weekend. Me and DP were talking about a little bit. Are you surprised to see that number being as high as it is?
That's crazy. I mean, coming off a bye week as well. I understand that they're a talented team, but they're also a team that lost, multiple times in a row. So, yeah, that's a bit of a a smack in the face. 9 points,
9.5
after coming off a bye week. Yeah, that's kind of bad.
Yeah, one from the text line here. We got a man named Ashley chiming in here. He says some smoke that Dylan started following some Oregon guys on Instagram and changed his profile picture. Anything behind this? I can look at his Instagram. I mean, if that's how we're
I'm not about to go on a scavenger hunt with stuff, man. The man is not coming here. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, just to put that one to bed real quick. I mean, it'll take me 2 seconds to look up Dylan Raiola, and I just doubt that's a real possibility whatsoever. That'd be pretty bold of him. No, it's just his logo, DR. So I don't know what that's about at all. I haven't heard anything about Dylan. This is just about Dayton decommitting. We'll wait and see what happens with the quarterback.
I mean, and if it's if the older one does, I mean, so be it. I mean, it is what it is.
We just have to wait and see what happens. It's kind of where I'm at, right? Like, my hope is that TJ Lateef continues to be awesome and so good that iron sharpens iron. And I hope that Dylan Raiola sees it as another opportunity and those guys go ahead. Whatever it may be, you just don't know until it happens. We saw TJ Lateef play in one game, and it was one game. So I don't want to get any sort of stiff-arming, anybody until I really know what's in front of us. And I got one game out of TJ Lateef. And I got, this season with Dylan Raiola where we can complain at times and other times he's been awesome. So that's where I'm at. I just hope Nebraska wins 2 wins And if you're winning, the problems are a lot easier to deal with than opposed to we come back, TJ Lateef doesn't look great, and we lose these next two. That's way worse. Maybe you know that Dylan Rail is certainly your starter coming back, but you just lost the last two. You're kind of disappointed, and now you're not so sure about your backup when Dylan Rail does decide to move on, whether it's NFL or another school. Like, you just want to win. Winning, you will still have problems, but those problems will be much less. So that's only breaking news. Just Dayton, not Dylan. We don't know about Dylan Rail. Like, he hasn't said anything. He seems pretty locked into the Husker football team, so I think that's the only thing I'm going to do until he tells me he's not with Huskers anymore, and he hasn't. So that's all I got on that. I understand the text from a man named Ashley, but I have not heard or seen anything, that make
Let's not hit the panic button. Relax a little bit.
Yeah. And I don't know if it was a panic button. Just I think people are curious. You get to this point in the season, and we're already kind of seeing it. I know Sam Levitt as well, apparently, like already kind of looking into that portal, maybe getting picked up by a bigger school. Like the portal's not even open, and we're kind of in this weird era now where players are already kind of looking for their next opportunity before the season ends and while they're still playing games.
I don't think it's necessarily the next opportunity, but I mean, with Sam Levitt's situation and everything like that, I mean,
I'd say next.
Look at, huh?
I would say it's the next opportunity for him because I don't know if Dillingham's going to be either. Like, I think those two might leave together.
Like, we'll see. I mean, who's to say he might not go, to the NFL or not? He got hurt, so I mean, I'm pretty sure he didn't finish it how it would. But I mean, in situations like that, I'm assuming the Bo Nix and Dylan Gabriel situation is kind of ideal.
Mm-hmm.
Or a Michael Penix Jr. type situation where you go to another school, win, and it kind of pushes up your draft stock or whatever. So I mean, I'm not surprised by that. That's more so of a business decision, not necessarily hunting for dollars.
Yeah, no, I totally get it, and I always stay in the camp of like, I care about my Huskers. If you're not on the Huskers, I'm root for you. I'm not gonna be following your career ever. I kind of will, but more through association. But yeah, we're at this point in the season where you're going to see a lot of smoke, as the texter chimed in, and it's not always going to be any fire. Just going to be people lighting up a flare to get some attention. Maybe we're there. Speaking of Dillingham, though, Arizona State head coach, that's the name that I didn't think about when we were talking about this coaching carousel earlier in times past. He seems like a guy that's probably getting a lot of phone calls as well.
I mean, him. I feel like he's more so of the Signetti type, cut from cloth. Like he was a player. I don't know if he was a player, but like Arizona State is where he wanted to be. He said that last year, and everything like that. Like his family's out there. Like all his family, I think, live like on the same street or the same houses close to each other. Like I'd be shocked if he leaves somewhere else after saying that's your dream job of where you want to be at. I would be shocked.
All right, fair enough. I know schools are calling him, though, hoping. I would bet.
Probably.
I don't know if he's going to take it. Would he work at I was listening to Jay Foreman, and an interesting thought. He thinks he's going to LSU, if he had to guess.
Who?
Dillingham.
I think that's a reach. I think that is a reach. I don't know if that's a good look, even if he does go. I really don't.
I should correct my statement. I don't know if he said he predicts it, but more of the lines of it would be a good fit. He thinks that is a good fit down there at LSU.
I don't know.
You disagree?
No, like I think down there again, like a coach that kind of knows down there, like not a coach like Coach O. You know what I mean? A Saban, an Urban Meyer, who understands, down there, Dan Lanning, Lane Kiffin type coach. Not to say that he's not that caliber of a coach or anything like that. I think he definitely is a man on a mission. He'll probably leave his footprint in most places and everything like that. But it's a different type of coach to go down there. Again, look at Franklin. Franklin was an SEC coach. I mean, he was at Vanderbilt, turned Vanderbilt around and everything like that. Not to say that he can't pull it off. I just don't know if that match is a match in heaven.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know enough about knowing him personally, if he's that type of dude. If it go, I'll tell you right now, I do.
He has a lot of charisma. I think he gets the guys going behind him and everything like that.
It makes more sense than Kelly ever did. I'm willing to go that far.
For sure.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens. He did reconfirm, to your point, he did reconfirm his commitment to Arizona State. I think it was like, 5, 6, maybe even less than that, a few days ago anyways. So I just heard coaches say that and then leave anyways, is why I don't always pay that attention. Because Matt Rule's done that at 2 stops. And he's moved on. It's fine. I mean, that's what coaches do. They're not going to, if they have games left to coach, they're not going to go out there and get a question, where are you at with this university? And they're not going to be like, well, you know what? I was thinking about leaving after this one. They're never going to say that. So I'm not calling anybody out. I just don't always buy it when coaches.
Like I said, I would be shocked. And it might be one of those, I don't want to call it a desperate type situation. It might be one of those ones to where he was on the initial list. He just wasn't, the top 5, or maybe he wasn't in the top 6. Like, oh no, we like him and everything like that. But let's see what we have, in these guys. I don't know if like Ole Miss actually gave Kiffin ultimatums of deciding or not. I feel like if it comes down to that point, you're pretty much kicking him out the door. But that's just my opinion. But like I said, with schools like LSU and Florida, like you have to know what type of monster you're getting yourself into. Dan Lanning knows he's been in that. Kirby Smart, that they've been in that. It not to say that they can't do it, but that they know the expectation. They've kind of had their heat on the fire. You've come from a Saban tree. You know what I mean? So you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. You know the intensity that comes with it. I'm not saying that the coach doesn't, but is it a better job? Yeah, probably. But when you're so invested into Arizona State and that's where you wanted to be at, like I said, I just don't think him leaving is really a viable option.
Fair enough. It'd be a huge blow to that university if he does, but again, we'll just wait and see if there's actual fire under the smoke or if it's just smoke. What do you think the toughest play, since we're on it, and then I do want to talk about what the current college football playoff picture looks like, but while we're on it right now, out of all the schools that are open, like which is the toughest beast to tame, considering the state it's in?
LSU, because that, like, don't get me wrong, Brian Kelly had winning seasons, and it still wasn't enough. I mean, I want to say in his times there, he at least won 8 games every year, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not his first year, maybe. But I'm pretty sure he was at least getting 8 wins a year in the SEC. Like that's not a bad record.
So this is why he got, maybe, I don't know. Season 1, he went 10-4, then 10-3. Then 9-4, and then he was fired this year, obviously, but he was 5-3.
You're winning 10 games and you're losing your job.
Yeah.
Like, they don't care just about winning. It's winning the SEC championship and winning a national championship. So if you don't have a coach necessarily that can do that or that is scratching at that, you're getting fired in 3 years, period. Because it ain't just about winning, because the guy was doing that. The guy's putting guys in the league. It may be not necessarily looking like how it is at Bama or how it is at Georgia or whatnot, but you're successful in the SEC. That is not enough. Like, that's crazy. I won 10 games twice, and I'm winning 9 games at least, and I'm jobless.
Yep, 10-9, and then the weird thing is like they still had an opportunity to get to 10. But he got fired. It's not only the pressure, it's also you can't even have a lapse.
No.
If you string together a couple of losses, they won't even let you get to the end.
They fired Coach O after winning a national championship. And I understand it may have been other things and everything like that. But that's why I say, like, you got to understand what you're getting yourself into with LSU. Like, that is not – it's either SEC championship, national championship, or nothing. Like that's what they're going after. And like I say, you better go get that type of level of a coach. And I think There's only a few of them necessarily out there that, that have that weight, and majority of them are staying where they're at. A&M's coach is staying. Signetti's is staying. They ain't going nowhere.
Do you think he made a mistake leaving Notre Dame?
Brian Kelly?
Yeah. Or they getting fired, I guess not leaving, but like the way he spoke about it, like I can't remember exactly what he said, but along the lines of,
I mean, he was there for a while. Like they wanted, something new. That's kind of like what I got from it. It is what it is. Like, yeah, appreciate it, but
I think he thought LSU was going to be easier because it didn't have all the standards, and it's like those guys don't have any patience
at all. So
like,
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Brian Kelly ends up at like a Penn State. I think that's a better fit of a school for him.
I can see it. I think James Franklin came away pretty good though, going to Virginia Tech.
I mean, he's going. I think he's going to be. He's probably going in a matter of a year or two. Virginia Tech will be a top program in the ACC, and they'll have a bid. They'll have a bid in the playoffs regardless. He's still on the East Coast, still same recruiting trail and everything like that. You can recruit going to Virginia Tech. I mean, especially with, the state of Virginia, a lot of kids, stay and go to Tech. So, I mean, it's a lot of talented area. He knows the area well. He knows the East Coast well. So, I mean, it's an easier transition.
The expectations are going to be so much nicer for him as well. Like he doesn't have to hear you can't win the big one. Like they're just going to be hoping for subtle steps, and I'm almost certain
they get to 9 games and get to the ACC championships. Within the first 3 years, they're happy.
Oh, 100%. That's huge, and I think he's totally capable of it. So I know some people maybe are surprised Virginia Tech, but that to me does seem like one of the best fits for him. Maybe not the LSU of Florida or one of the bigger powerhouses, but for everything you just said, being on that East Coast,
it's the same. It's not in the same with like where Penn State was at, but it's the same type of program rebuild. Like he's done it before. He did it with Vanderbilt. He did it with Penn State. He's going to do the same thing with Virginia Tech. And Virginia, and it's not hard to sell Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech has a lineage of putting athletes in the league.
Oh yeah, and you're in a great area. You're in an area full of athletes.
Yeah, so he's not.
They'd want to go there.
Again, he's still going to get his kids from Pennsylvania. He's still going to get his kids from the DMV area. He'll get his kids from Ohio, Chicago, potentially. He'll dip his feet in, Georgia, Florida. He still can have the same type of pool in the regions that he's at. Like I said, he's instead of being in Pennsylvania, he just moved south a little bit.
He's going to be all right.
Yeah,
his recruiting is going to be
Blacksburg got one. They're going to be, how the ACC is set up and what he's going to bring to the ACC. Look out for Virginia Tech, and I would say in a year or two.
Well, like, can you imagine once he starts flipping that program around and Virginia Tech is now a winning program again? Again, just because of that area, the recruits he's going to pull in, it's going to be just like Penn State.
People staying at home will want to go to Tech, and Tech was already getting a lot of athletes, to stay home. I mean, that's like, I really don't want to go nowhere. The 757 area, that's the default. I'll go to Tech, I'll be fine.
Yeah, he's going to be able, once he gets that thing going, like his classes of recruits are going to look just as good as what they were at Penn State. Like that's why.
I think they lost 17 recruits that decommitted from Penn State when that happened and everything like that. Don't be surprised if 12 of them commit to Virginia Tech.
What's been the most egregious firing so far this year?
I would say between Franklin and Brian Kelly, honestly. I understand where they were at Penn State. I understand that. But is that necessarily all on coaching? I don't think so. You had a quarterback that, depending on how good he did, is how far the team went. And at times, he cost you games. Yes, he was in games. Yes, they were playing and everything like that. But he cost you games. Your receiver core wasn't necessarily all that well. You were very one-dimensional, and you were reloading on the defensive side. Like you had a down year at Penn State, honestly, And Penn
Well,
State
your quarterback gets hurt, and you just start panicking. You're losing games, your quarterback goes down, and you just panic.
And he gave Penn State the reason of what they were looking for to make it happen.
Yeah, the reason why they have all this money that they can go spend on a new head coach is
because he got a job this year.
Well, that, and also Franklin brought in so much money to Penn State. You know what their sales looked like when he first got there? Nothing close. It obviously built that thing up back.
Penn State was in the graveyard. They had sanctions. Nobody wanted to go there. You couldn't play in bowl games. The scholarships that they had were cut in half. Like it was nothing to be salvaged. And y'all took a chance on a man. He came there, turned you around and everything like that. And after you're mad and upset because the one or two games that he can't necessarily get a year, those teams are going to compete for a national championship. You're literally one game away. Literally, it's either been Michigan or Ohio State.
Yeah, and I'll say this as the final thing. We'll talk about the playoffs on the other side before we go to break. I'll let you respond too, but I know I've said it before, but to me, why it's so egregious is you guys were mad that you couldn't win the big one because of that. You couldn't make the playoffs. Then the playoffs got expanded to 12.
He got you one game from going to the national championship.
And you guys would have been in the mix every single year. That third team in the Big Ten, or on good years, that second, or maybe even the best team in the Big Ten if they really start changing it around. But you would make it to the playoffs every single year pretty much with him if it was the standard. Like this year was the fluke year. Everything else, you would be in the playoffs like every year. And then one bad year after he gets you to the playoffs last year and he's gone. Who knows how long it's going to be before you're back in the playoffs, Penn State. He probably would have been back there next year.
I don't know who you go get to replace that. Because again, I don't think, like I said, some of the top coaches, they're not leaving their places because their places is on the same level as Penn State.
It's got to be Brian Kelly.
It has to be.
Like, because nobody that fits better.
Is he different necessarily than Franklin? I don't know. I'm taking Franklin before I take Kelly. That's just me. He's more. He can reach your players better. The type of football that he brings. Not to say that Brian Kelly is old and everything like that, but I mean he's stuck in his ways. He's not very likable from what people say.
I think it's fair to say he rubs a lot of the players the wrong way after.
For sure. And at least with Franklin, he had guys coming back. He had guys, being developing them as men on and off the field. That's what it's all about.
It was great. He owned everything. Like he fell on the sword for his team, and
y'all are putting kids in the league left and right.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about all late rounds. No, I'm talking high profile picks, franchise players at multiple positions, not just one, multiple.
Not good enough.
And you let that guy go? Yeah, I don't. Good luck sleeping at night for the next couple years.
Yeah, couldn't say it better myself. Don't go anywhere. Dumb Punt Hour. Good morning, Pierson-El, Harrison Arns. We'll talk about the college football playoffs if the season ended today. Coming up next.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Hey, Lincoln and the surrounding area. Yin and Yang Acupuncture and Rune Wind Healing Arts is now open at 1701 South 17th Street in Suite 3G and ready to help you improve your general health. If you're experiencing pain, headaches, or any other issues, give Yin and Yang Acupuncture a call today at 402-480-1014 to schedule your appointment. For those struggling with deep tissue pain or just need an experienced massage therapist to melt the stress away, call Rune Wind Healing Arts at 402-601-9721 and schedule your appointment now. Visit Yin and Yang Acupuncture and Rune Wind Healing Arts today in Lincoln at 1701 South 17th Street in Suite 3G.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at grazinggouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
Hungry for something real? Come to HF Crave, Lincoln's favorite spot for burgers that are anything but basic. Locally sourced Nebraska beef, hand-cut fries, and bold flavors that'll make your taste buds cheer. Whether you're craving the classics or ready to try something wild, they've got the burger that gets you. HF Crave. Fresh, local, craveable. Find them at 48th and Holdridge or order online at hfcrave.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Comfort food, but make it vegan. At Rutabagas, they're serving all your crave-worthy classics. Mac and cheese, loaded nachos, Philly cheesesteaks, all 100% plant-powered and 100% delicious. Catch them at their cozy spot at 70th and Vine, or find their food truck rolling through the streets of Lincoln. So whether you're vegan, veg curious, or just hungry for comfort food with a twist, Rutabagas has a plate waiting for you. Find them on Instagram for their food truck location and specials. Rutabagas, where comfort meets compassion.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right, most recommended Eustace Body Shop.
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
Welcome back in. Dump Punt Hour, segment number 2. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. Good morning, Pierson-El. Streaming in. You guys are always welcome to join in and via the streams or the Starter Heyman text line. I'll let you just unmute yourself there. Good morning, Pierson-El. We're fighting.
And I hope Virginia Tech schedules Penn State. I hope they do for a 3-year bid out of conference play. And I hope James Franklin whoops Penn State.
Yeah, 1-800 bets off, but I will tell you 100% who I'd be betting on, and that would be Franklin and the boys. I think he's a great coach. I do. I think you were right to say it was the most egregious fire. In a weird way, you could throw in Gundy. I get it, though, because of the way it's been. But it was just awkward the way it happened, because it felt like they wanted to do like a, hey, this is going to be your last year. We'll kind of have like a celebrate it. Because I thought they tried to do it respectfully, but then Gundy's like, nah, I'm not doing that. You have to fire me. So
okay, here we go.
Yeah. So then they fired him. So not egregious, but just like an interesting one. The most Gundy of Gundy ways. You can be let go of the program where it's like, I don't want no farewell tour. You have to fire me. Otherwise, I'm not saying farewell to anything. Then he got fired. So good luck to Oklahoma State, as they didn't hire anyone, right?
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, no. Okay. For some reason, I had a thought in my head that they might have. But yeah, no. They have not yet either. Speaking of college football, we'll get off the coaching carousel. Let's look at the college football playoffs. If the season ended today, and I don't know if you've taken a peek at it, but if it ended today, it's a great college football playoff. Like every game is must-watch TV.
I think they set it up. I think they're going to try their best to get 5 SEC teams in. The way that it's set up, I think that's how it's going to go. Certain people are going to knock each other out and everything like that. If you look across, we notice the SEC schedule is at its weakest at the end of the year.
Yep.
So you have some of these Big Ten teams that have, very, very good matchups and everything like that. I mean, outside of maybe 3 teams that have the potential of going to the SEC championship, those 2 teams are already locked. But I think that they've got it set up to where they can say, reasonable say, well, these 5 SEC teams deserve to be in because they played harder competition than X, Y, and Z. And the last 2 weeks to go off of, they were dominant, so they're in.
Yeah, and I'd have to take a dive on the Big Ten, but we just know in the SEC, like, again, I think Alabama has Mercer coming up here. It just happens every year. They'll be fine. I think you're going to get 5. Kind of no matter how it shakes out this year with the SEC. And then the Big Ten, you're holding on to 3. And then you get Notre Dame in there. Yeah, we'll wait and see. I mean, if this is another year, though, where, say, if Oregon rolls Alabama, or if it's Indiana that rolls Alabama, and, I think if you go, say, this year, the Big Ten wins it again, and it's a Big Ten matchup where it's Ohio State versus Oregon, Ohio State versus Indiana. Like, if you go 2-3 years of, like, the Big Ten winning it and having the Big Ten teams get further than the SEC teams, we have to get out of this ranking.
People are still going to cry. They're going to cry about something else. They're going to have something else to go about. You got the top 12 teams. Utah is the last team. Alabama is at 10. OU is at 8. Georgia, A&M. So those are, and Ole Miss. That's 5 right there already in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The way it sits, they probably
you have Vanderbilt. You have Vanderbilt on the bubble. They could sneak in. Texas could sneak in depending on how they need to move up a few spots, but depending on who's ahead of them that lose, they'll if Texas, let's just say if Texas beat A&M, you telling me that's not going to jump them to 12 at least?
Oh man. Do you end up, if that happens, do you end up with Texas Tech, Texas A&M, and Texas all in the college football playoffs?
That's crazy. Shout out to the state of Texas.
Except for the Longhorns. No, I'm not shouting out the state of Texas. I think the funniest thing, if you do get like a Texas Tech versus Texas A&M in the championship game, and Texas doesn't even make the playoffs, just considering like all the outside noise heading into it.
My thing is how much are these conference champions Like, how are they going to be compared to a 3, 4, or 5th SEC team?
That is the question.
Like, how? Like, you're taking a 2 to 3 loss SEC team, and you're rewarding them for a loss over somebody else winning their conference. That's terrible.
Well, okay, let me look at the SEC standings and kind of where they're sitting right now.
They're all it's kind of the same thing. They're all right then and there. You got like two groups of teams. You got like the 1-loss teams, and you got like the 2-loss teams. A&M is in a ship of their own. Bama and Georgia are like in the same ship. Bama, Georgia, and Ole Miss are in the same ship. OU, and I'd say probably Texas and Vandy are all like in the same ship.
You get into some weird issues here with these conference championship games because, okay, say a team is into the college football playoffs if the season ended. And I think BYU might run into this situation because right now they're not in, but say they were in.
No, they're in. They're at 11.
The one that college football playoffs put out, the NCAA.
That's what I'm looking at. That's what I got.
Oh, they must have updated it. They have them as the first one out.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
They're ranked number 11, but
I'm just looking at the top 25. Let me see if I can find the first 4 in and that one.
Yeah, so the top 25 rankings, BYU would be out 11, but of course they don't always just go by the college football rankings. They start going into the other votes. Lost my train of thought. So what I was saying, like if you're running through a situation with BYU and say they are into the college football playoffs, if it were to end, and then they have to go play the conference championship game. And if they lose that game, do they get punished for it? If you lose the conference championship game,
I think the losers of the conference championships, depending on if they have 3 losses, but let's say if it's a 2-loss team or a 1-loss team, because it could be A&M and everything like that, those next spots should be 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then after that, you can piece in who you think deserves those last 4 spots. But anybody who loses the conference championship should not be lower than 8.
Okay, so you're in the mindset if you make a conference championship game, you should not be severely punished for it. Just because you lose and get another loss on your record.
Yes.
So do you reward teams for conference championship wins and start jumping the shark?
That would be.
Well, I guess if you win the championship, though, you get the bye. So that, there you
So
right.
you're saying like, let's say the ACC championship versus the SEC runner-up.
The highest ranked conference champions get in automatically. Yeah, so your conference champions are going to get in no matter what. Okay, so that was the only question I have is trying to figure out.
I just don't think they will be the first 4 seeds anymore. Is how I thought I was looking at it.
It's the 5 highest ranked champions, so it's going to be the Big 10, SEC. You're going to get your Big 12, and then whatever that 5th highest one is, I think. What do they have right now? Yeah, Tulane squeaks in there.
Oh, I seen that.
Mm-hmm. So that's that one where you can squeak in there. But it's interesting. The question for me is always, what happens to the team that makes it to the college football playoffs or conference championship game and then they lose? Like, is there any way?
I still think they should be ranked higher than the 3rd or the 4th team in that conference.
Okay. Yeah. So I agree. All right. It seems like we're kind of coming to a point with this.
It shouldn't be that hard.
Where I don't have a lot of issues.
No, it shouldn't be that hard to where it's like, well, you played in this conference, that it's harder, this and that. Regardless, the conferences have been set for a while. They've signed their contracts. It's not my fault that it is what it is what it is.
Well, since we're on that, now we kind of get the basis of it. Again, we'll wait and see how they vote on this. But if it ended today, Warren, how does this sound? So your buys are Ohio State is the 1, Indiana is the 2. SEC so great. If it ended today, you'd have the 1 and 2 both be from the Big Ten. Number 3 is Texas A&M. Number 4 is Georgia. But the first round, you got some ball games. It would be Alabama versus Oregon to decide who plays Indiana. Miami versus Ole Miss to decide who would play A&M. Tulane, Texas Tech, figure out who plays Georgia. And Notre Dame and Oklahoma to decide who plays Ohio State.
I feel like them rewarding. I feel like if you're 1, you don't want to be 1 or 4 because I feel like 1 and 4 have the hardest path.
I think you mean 1 and 3 or 1. Well, Georgia has the easiest one, I think, because you're going to get Tulane or Texas Tech, and then you'll have to.
Is Georgia 3?
Let me share my screen so you can just see it. This will be easier. And again, I encourage you guys watch the streams. Easiest way to kind of track this stuff with us. Let me pull it up. There it is, right there.
Three is the easy path.
Ohio State's in the most brutal one by far. Once again, I mean, I think Notre Dame and Oklahoma.
Yeah,
and then you're probably gonna end up playing Georgia. If you're, I mean, on the right side again.
One. I feel like 1 and 2 is probably the hardest path.
Yeah, if you're Indiana, getting Bama or Oregon, and then if you win that one, you're likely going to get an A&M. Like, do you think Ole Miss Miami has any chance of upsetting A&M?
No.
I don't either.
Ole Miss, I think it is the better game, but no.
All right, before we go to break here, again, this is not the official. If you guys are looking at the stream, this is not official yet, obviously, as we got games to play.
Yeah, Georgia will have a cakewalk.
Give me your
up until the semifinal.
Yeah. Who do you like right now, if it ends to be in your championship game? Kind of feels like an Ohio State repeat. I'll be honest.
Nah. I'm going honestly A&M.
Georgia A&M finish?
Yeah.
Or Ohio State versus A&M?
No, Georgia will have to meet Ohio State
to get into the championship game.
Yeah, I'm still going Georgia A&M.
Okay.
Cause I mean, outside of Texas, when has Ohio State been tested?
That's a good question.
And I feel like Georgia weekend and week, for whatever reason, I also don't like how Georgia quarterback has been playing. Like he's like, I don't know, whatever it is, I just don't like how it looks.
That's why I was going with Ohio State in this one.
But he figures it out. That defense, like it's going to be a chess match of defense. What defense can make one more play than the other?
Yeah, then you're probably leaning on Georgia if we're talking defense. With that being said, we do got to go ahead. And also Julian's saying he's been playing better as the season gone on, but that's a epic atmosphere for him as well.
Because even if they play Texas, even if they play Texas again right now, like I think Texas would definitely play a lot better than they did the first game of the season. Texas is a different team than what they were when they first seen them.
Fair. I don't like it, but you're right. They are better. Much better. The beginning of the season, they were bad. I'll just say it. They
didn't have it figured out. Now they know what they got. They know what they're good at, and they play to that.
Also, it kind of helps that, Manning, people stopped caring about you. And I mean that in the nicest way. Like, that pressure kind of left. And he's actually done a really good job after the fact. So we'll see. I think that's a fair statement. That defense was always good. The offense was a matter of time before Manning kind of got comfortable. Now it is a legitimate threat. All right, we got to throw it to break. Don't go anywhere. This is the Dumb Punt Hour. Harrison Arns on the 1s and 2s. We got the host as always, the morning Pierson-El. Streaming in. We'll talk to you in a bit.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
When the clock strikes 0 after every Nebraska football game, There's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches, too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinny Krikak of State Farm Insurance.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning. Now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
After a long, hot summer, are you ready for fall? What about your home? Is your heating system ready for cooler temperatures ahead? Call Bryant for your fall heating check. No matter what brand of equipment you own, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean and inspect your furnace or heat pump to make sure you stay warm, safe, and comfortable. Call today to schedule your home heating check. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Hey guys, it's Carly from Boyd Farm Outfitters. Farmers, you need to know about Green Eye Spot Spray. With Green Eye, we replace your existing spray boom with a brand new aluminum boom equipped with camera technology that identifies and sprays only weeds and not your crop. The boom comes with 2 spray lines so you can still broadcast residual herbicide while you're spot spraying weeds that are up. Green Eye users in Nebraska are saving a ton of money on herbicides, but that's just the beginning. Learn more at BoydFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All right, wrapping things up. Don't Punt Hour. Good morning, Pierson-El, Harrison Arns. We talked college football playoffs. We talked a little bit more about the coaching carousel. James Franklin up there at Virginia Tech. Let's finish with some Husker hoops. Some really good, polished Husker hoops at that. The women's basketball team continues to put on some really dominating performances. They played Oral Roberts earlier tonight, and they won 58-103. Great shooting stats. Let me find it here. Let me go team stats. Come on now. All right, here we go. They shot 51% from the floor, about 40% from 3, and 95% from the free throw line. Out rebounded. They also had a really good assist to turnover ratio, 24 assists and 11 turnovers. So you're over 2-1 in your assist to turnover ratio. And they held Oral Roberts to only a 37% field goal percentage.
Man, look out, Big Ten. They on a mission.
I don't know. Is Nebraska a basketball state? It never was when I was growing up, and I'll be honest. I wish it was. It just wasn't.
We'll see.
That's good answer. That's a politician answer right there. Don't make promises you can't keep. I hope it's a promise I could make, but like you said, I don't know either. The men's team off to really good starts. The women's team, we'll see what it looks like when they get more competition. Creighton, not nobody, not a team that I don't think is up to the standard that was really going to push this Nebraska team. Well, now that UCLA's in there and USC's in there, no Juju Watkins, so that helps. But they're going to have some real competition on a daily basis when they match up with those teams. So those guys will certainly get to see some bigger games. We'll really get to grade them. But when you get lesser opponents, that's what you do. You kind of sweep the floor with them, and that's
you're supposed to.
That's what the women's team's been doing to a T. Even the Creighton game, again, I know it's not. Creighton was not that bad. Nebraska basketball was just that good that day. And then on the men's side of things, it's kind of similar the ways these two teams are playing. There's a lot more of a central offense with Britt Prince. Not that the ball just operates through her and only through her, but she's just such an elite scorer. But 24 assists in this game. And then when you go look at Hoiberg and company, very similar to Williams, the assist ratios are great. Like, and I
got to keep it up. It's got to keep it up.
Yeah, if you're playing college ball, I mean, that's the way to do it. Is just have really good playmaking, because college teams in particular don't want to play that type of defense where it's just grueling and you're just consistently having to chase guys around the court. It's easy when you got to stop one guy. When you got to stop a collective group of good passers and good teammates, it's a much bigger pain than you know what. So I've been really impressed. I feels like a better team than last year for both squads. And the women's, they still got a couple players hurting, good players that are waiting to come back in this lineup. Potts obviously being one of them. And then for the men's team, it's crazy because you lost Bryce Williams and Juwan Gary. Now,
they're starting off good. It's about maintaining and exactly what does this new team look like, because you did lose some dominant pieces last year. And then, once getting into the Big Ten or playing, a better competition and everything like that, I think we can definitely see exactly what it is going to look like. And, also while having a good shooting night.
Yeah, it just feels versatile. Like, obviously, we'd be much better off on the men's side if we had Bryce Williams and Juwan Gary. We'd be really, really good then, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm impressed by the guys figuring out ways to build up an offense that's been really effective, losing those big pieces. And a lot of it's just come through unselfish playmaking. I mean, when you go look at some of the best teams in basketball, I talk about Chris Paul all the time. I'm a big CP3 fan. Those playmakers make life easy. The Suns, that was their best run they had in a long time, when they had CP3, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton.
Haven't been back since.
Haven't been back. Same thing CP3 did over with the Clippers. Same thing that he did with the Thunder. Same. And then the best era of the Spurs that anybody, I shouldn't say anybody, because there's going to be.
Whoa now.
That's a loaded history.
I say, whoa, hold on now.
Some of the best passing basketball we've seen was with that Greg Popovich Spurs, where it was Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Parker, quiet, and that ball.
I wish we would have got a fully healthy Pop in that situation. A few more years.
Man, I wonder what a fully healthy Pop would do with a young and flourishing Victor Wembanyama. Because
hopefully not put him in a box.
I don't know. I think that's a guy that you can't. You just you look at him and you're like.
I mean, you say that, but I mean, look at kind of what he did with Tim Duncan. Look what he did with Ginobili.
If I look at Tim Duncan, that was Pop's. If Pop could go into a lab and make a prototype, he would have just made Tim Duncan.
But I mean, even with Kawhi, the young Kawhi, put him in a box to I don't want to say gain his confidence, but where he was successful and everything like that. And it worked until it didn't work till, it was time to spread his wings.
Yeah, that's fair. But also, I mean, he got him in that. I think it was that run where they were playing the Heat, and that was like Kawhi Leonard's moment with the Spurs. And then they might have got one more after that. But yeah, just an incredible. I don't know. I'm always a sucker for the teams that know how to just really pass the ball well. It's the hardest thing to stop in sports. It's cliche. Every Pee Wee coach says it, but it's, passing the ball is quicker than just dribbling it. Easy enough. Basketball's easy if you want it to be. Go look at Jokic. And look at how easy he makes it. Just take
everybody can't be Jokic.
No, but you can take the play that's in front of you. And often if you do, you get better results. And that so far is what the women and men's team has been doing for the University of Nebraska. I hope it continues. We'll wait and see. We'll certainly talk about it if it does or does not. That is the morning of Pierson-El. I am Harrison Arns. Appreciate you guys listening. Don't go anywhere. Me and DP till midnight.
Salt Mine City is your go-to brewery in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food.